Hola, volvemos a encontrarnos ahora en la sesión número 8 de la serie Mantén, Encendido tu Amor. Todos queremos y necesitamos experimentar una vida de gozo, paz y amor, pero esto no se logra accidentalmente. Efesios capítulo 4, 15 al 16 dice: hablaremos la verdad con amor y así creceremos en todo sentido, hasta parecernos más y más a Cristo, quien es la cabeza de su cuerpo, que es la iglesia. Él hace que todo el cuerpo encaje perfectamente y cada parte, al cumplir con su función específica, ayuda a que las demás se desarrollen y entonces todo el cuerpo crece y está sano y lleno de amor. A continuación, veamos el siguiente video con la enseñanza para esta sesión.
I want to talk to you about building a foundation of unconditional love. We're going to talk about the 7 pillars of healthy relationships. And you have a little graphic in your handout there. These pillars really don't amount to much if we can't get to a standard of unconditional love. And unconditional love means this: you get to be you around me. You get to be you around me. It's not my mission in life to turn you into me. For whatever reason, we're attracted to somebody, usually somebody with a lot of different qualities than us, and we think it's so exciting, and we feel thrilled and alive being in this romantic relationship with somebody that is just so different. You are so different. And then we decide to get married, and we put this all together, and then pretty soon I realize, now I know why I'm not like that. It scares me. And then we go on a journey to try to get the other person to stop being them around us, because you scare me. Actually, if you'd like to get along with me, you're going to have to be me, because I'm one of the few people I've ever met that doesn't scare me. And I'm happy, and I'm sure you'll be happy too. We've had marriage vows that have dated back to the Bible being written, where we use the line, and the two shall become one. We love that. Don't we love that? What a wonderful thought, that the two shall become one. And then we spend the next 25 years fighting over which one, right? There are 2 people in your relationship. And the job of covenant is really that we would create a place where 2 people can show up. 2 people can be. Now, certainly, I'm not going to just accept all your behaviors and not give you any feedback about how it's affecting me. But it's not my job to change you. It's my job to love you. So a foundation of unconditional love is what these pillars sit on. And in these pillars, it's Proverbs chapter 9, verse 1, says that wisdom has hewn out her 7 pillars. And I just thought, well, that's a beautiful picture, isn't it? So let's just create this little picture that looks like something sturdy. And realize that the foundation of this is this unconditional love. And what these pillars support is a life or a house or a relationship that has peace, hope, and joy in it. We all want peace, hope, and joy, but we have to understand it's work, isn't it? It's work. Now, the construct of these pillars is going to start with love. And I'm separating love from the foundation just because I want to say that love is learning how to create a safe place. Learning how to create a safe place. If I'm not experiencing safety and connection with you, and we say we love each other, I'm not even really sure what love means. I'm not even really sure what it is. Because if it's not safety and connection, then it's probably full of a bunch of stuff that we don't want. And so when we establish this pillar of love, I want you to realize that what I mean by that is that it's a safe place where I can be vulnerable. It's a safe place where I can show you my heart. It's a safe place where I know that you're moving towards me and I'm moving towards you. It's a characteristic that I'm willing to take responsibility for. When I say I love you, it means I've created this place to join you. Honor would be the next one. And honor is a place where we've created the experience of two powerful people. Two powerful people get to live in this relationship together. We don't take turns being powerful. We get to be powerful, which means what I've brought to the table is valuable. What I think, what I see, what I need, that remains powerful even when we disagree. While we disagree, there is honor that preserves two powerful people working together to meet the needs of the situation and the needs of each other. Honor. Self-control. We spoke a little bit about self-control so far, but this pillar is the agreement that it's not my job to control you. And it's not your job to control me. It's my job to control me. It's your job to control you, which allows us to powerfully let happen. It allows us to hold one another accountable. It allows us to communicate responsibly, live responsibly. When self-control is another pillar, then we don't practice the fantasy of controlling each other. If I don't control myself and you can't control me, then I am out of control. Same goes for you. If you don't control yourself and I know I can't control you, then you're out of control. So we make part of the characteristic of our relationship self-control. The next pillar being responsibility. Responsibility, I like to say, is the ability to respond. That I have a plan. I know what I'm going to do with me when X happens. So it's the difference between having a GPS in New York City and not having a GPS in New York City. You're driving through town with no GPS. You don't know where to turn. You don't know where you're headed. You really don't know how to get to your destination. And so you are swept up in whatever catches your eye. You're anxious the whole time you're doing it. You are lost. You are wasting time, wasting gas. This is reacting to my life. Whereas if I have a point in the distance I know I'm working towards and I'm managing myself in it, something happens. We disconnect. We disconnect over disrespect. We disconnect over a misunderstanding. We disconnect. I know what I'm going to do when we disconnect. I know what I'm going to do with me. I'm able to respond to what has happened because I have a plan. I have a plan to move towards you. I have a plan to keep my love on. I have a plan to communicate to you that I care about our relationship, about our connection. Truth would be another pillar. And in this pillar, we have the understanding that what builds trust in a relationship is the exchange of truth. And now truth isn't what I think about you. Truth isn't my polished judgments and scriptural correction for you. Truth isn't coming from me to you. Truth is the revelation of what's going on inside of me. The exchange of truth is, I have shown you who's in here, and now you know. Now you have much better information than you ever did. And it's the exchange of this truth that gives us an opportunity to experience intimacy. And intimacy is into me, you see, because I showed you. I showed you me. And we get scared of this because we don't have unconditional acceptance. We don't have this unconditional love foundation. So I'm afraid to show you me because I don't know that you won't punish me for not being you. So another pillar that we carry in our relationship is truth. We're not going to have trust in a relationship if we're not able to exchange truth. Faith is the next one, and faith would be the acknowledgement that we need help. We need much more help than we can do ourselves. I need access to a supernatural God who can bring resources, who can bring change, who can bring revelation into my life when I don't know what to do. I didn't see that. I am unprepared for this. Please help us. Will you help us? We need your help. We have surrendered and submitted us to you. And vision. Vision is that point in the distance that as we move along in life, we actually get closer together as we approach that place. Many people have a vision that's 10 years out. Have a vision, let's get a house and some kids and finish our education and I don't know, get something, I don't know what it is. And then bam, we got it. Uh-oh, we kept living. Oh no, we kept living. And so vision is ratcheting out that vision point to you're 100 years old. You're sitting on the porch in your rocking chair. Hee, what a ride. Wasn't that a ride? I mean, describe that. Describe what is that? What'd you do? What'd you do with your life? What'd you do to your love with your love? What did you do in the Lord? What did you do with your family? What did you do as the unique people that you are? What did you do with all that? Collect that up at a point of destiny. Don't sell yourself short, because people say, we drifted apart. You didn't drift apart. You turned your love off. That's what happened. Build a life that's big enough that keeps you engaged and excited, moving along. These are the 7 pillars of healthy relationships. They're what's going to build a life that you want to live in. This is what's going to create a reality of peace and joy and hope. These are the 7 pillars.
And I think an absence of hope is really a kind of almost a defensive mechanism of not being heard. And I think that's one of the main things that Danny sort of brings out, is that there is hope and you are powerful. Don't worry, don't try to create space, try to create connection.
It's just a paradigm shift, I think, in relationships. So I think that any relationship can be salvaged.
Once we have unconditional love as our foundation, we can use the 7 pillars to successfully build all of our most important relationships. It's our job to direct ourselves towards each other and to create loving and powerful relationships. Review the 7 pillars and find the areas you know you can improve. Take some time to pray and see where the Lord takes you on this journey toward healthy relationships. And remember, keep your love on.
A continuación te dejamos un par de preguntas sugeridas para tu tiempo de diálogo. Número 1. Examina tus relaciones significativas, amigos, familia, trabajo, cónyuge. ¿Pueden las personas a tu alrededor ser ellos mismos cuando están contigo? Pregunta número 2. ¿Sueles responder correctamente en cada situación o reaccionas y culpas al entorno o a las personas acerca de tus decisiones? Y el desafío para esta semana: repasa los 7 pilares de las relaciones sanas e identifica las áreas donde sabes que necesitas mejorar.